In this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly how to build your own online info business while working a 9 to 5 job. My name is Edward Cash. I help coaches and mentors scale their online info business, and I personally scaled mine into multiple six-figure annual info business, teaching people how to trade, right? And I also started that while working a 9 to 5 job. I was flipping burgers like a slave, okay? It was brutal, but I still managed through, okay? I don't work there anymore, right? So I'm gonna give you the 3 exact steps you will have to take to make this work, right? And the third step is the most important. So first of all, step number 1, you have to understand time. And the reason why I'm not gonna be cutting this video a lot, because I want the brain right away. I don't want the freaking, short form people in here watching this. I want the actual people who want to succeed. That's why I'm not gonna be throwing a bunch of edits in this video. But regardless, understand time. Take advantage of your time. And first of all, understand it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to build your personal brand, talk about the stuff you need to talk about, and build your info business around that. But it's gonna work, and you have no other choice, because working a 9 to 5 job is freaking brutal, and you don't want to be working there anymore. You don't want to take commandments from your boss. I was flipping burgers. It was hell. But time. What you're gonna do to make this work? You're gonna download Google Calendar. You know why? Because this allows you to literally plan exact steps of the day on the dot, on the minute. And you're gonna ask ChatGPT, let's say this is a robot. You're gonna ask ChatGPT to help you with that. You're gonna tell at what time you start working, this and that, and it's gonna allow you to see your free time. This is your free time, and you're gonna allocate that towards working on your business, working on your goals, recording videos, right? And the reason why this is so important is because now you understand that you do have free time. Most people I know guys, it's hard, right? You work a 9 to 5 job, you just feel like sitting on the couch afterwards. It has been a long shift. I understand, bro. I understand. It was hard. But you have no other choice. Remember that, right? Now, before we actually get into the details, what you're gonna do and make this work and to make a lot of money, we have to first understand your time. Take advantage of your time. Life is short, okay? And you don't wanna be working a 9 to 5 job for the rest of your life, right? So that's why you're gonna ask the ChatGPT to plan every single minute of your day to maximize your time and your goals, to achieve the goal. So let's say you wake up, right? You sleep around 6 to 8 hours. This is your time sleeping, right? So you're not gonna be working, right? But you can be dreaming about the work, okay? And this is your time sleeping. And this is your actual work block. You're gonna wake up early, so this can be done towards working. And this, let's say this time is what? Your work, your actual 9 to 5 job. You cannot be working there, right? Unless you work in a place where you can have your laptop and there's not much going on, so you can script some videos in there. But this is your time working. And then after that, it's gonna be free time. All these blocks right here, it's your work, right? Towards your goals. This is the 9 to 5. 9 to 5, right? It's gonna be hours, long work shift, but regardless, you have to make this work. This is gonna be the times that you're gonna be working towards your goals, achieving your dreams, etc., etc. And obviously, I'm not gonna be the type of guy who tells you that it's gonna be easy. You're gonna make 10K in your first month. It's possible, most definitely, but you just have to plan everything out. You have your Google Calendar. You're gonna set up the reminders in the Google Calendar, okay? And this is all those tasks that you're gonna do. And soon we're gonna get into what tasks to actually do. But this is the step number 1, time. Understand time. Time is your most valuable asset. You have to understand that these billionaires, millionaires spend millions and billions to save up time, all right? They hire a bunch of workers for them, etc. and etc. They understand time, so you have to also, right? Time is the most important thing. Now that you understand, you have scheduled everything. I mean, you created the work blocks, etc. Now, we're gonna move on to step number 2. Wake up early. You know why? Because when I was flipping those burgers, I was like, if my shift starts at 10 a.m. I can wake up at 4 a.m. and I have freaking, okay, let's say 1 hour to commute to the place or 30 minutes. I can wake up at 4 a.m., immediately attack the most important task of the day, eat the frog, do the hardest task, the most high leverage task for your goals. You wake up early, you have freaking a lot of hours. And that's where the step number comes in place as well. You're not just gonna like do some weird ass work, some random work in the beginning. You have to schedule it the night before, right? In the Google Calendar. You're gonna ask ChatGPT for help. And then you have a bunch of work blocks before your actual 9 to 5. This is so powerful. This is so powerful. Now, obviously, let's say that your work starts at freaking early, like at 4 a.m., 6 a.m. Then obviously, that means you get out from your work earlier. Then you're gonna allocate that time after the work. And you're gonna have a bunch of free time after the work. But in my opinion, doing the hardest work in the morning is better, because when you work a 9 to 5 job, you're gonna lose a bunch of energy, your brain power is starting to go off. That's why waking up early is amazing. So if you have that opportunity, if you have that chance to wake up early and do the task first, then that's amazing. That's a life hack. Okay, nowadays I wake up at 4 a.m. usually, do the most high leverage task for the day. What is my most high leverage task? Recording videos for YouTube. Okay, scripting videos, recording videos, and all of that, right? So powerful. You're gonna do it first, right? But obviously, if you don't have the opportunity, then you're gonna have to do it afterwards. But please don't do this one mistake that I said before. You're gonna get out from your work, you're gonna, damn, it's freaking tiring, man. I just wanna watch some basketball. I wanna watch my favorite Netflix show. That is what keeps you stuck, okay? And your boss is gonna be happy. He wants you to watch Netflix. He don't want you to attack your goals, because then he's gonna lose a freaking worker. But fuck that boss. Fuck that boss, you know? Who cares? Fuck him, okay? Step number 2 is wake up early. I want you to really say to that boss, fuck you, I'm gonna quit this job once I become successful, once I actually start making more money than this job, right? Step number 3, this is where the actual money comes into play. This is where you learn exactly what to do, steps to take to actually build your online info business around personal branding. So, step number 3, this is the most important task. So if you're actually here, I'm freaking proud of you. You're gonna be successful, because most of the people already clicked off. And even though this is a new channel, there's still people watching the videos, but not everybody is gonna follow through, because this is not a freaking high freaking dopamine, but this is the value. So what to do to actually grow your online info business, your personal brand. So first of all, personal brand is like, you're gonna post videos online with your face, okay? And a lot of the people a lot of guys are gonna be like, I don't wanna show my face. What about my friends? What about my workers who are gonna see the videos? Again, who the fuck cares? This is your life. This is your life, and you want to achieve great things. And who cares anyways? You know why? Because once you actually make this work and you become successful, you're gonna quit that job. You're never gonna see those people again. You're probably gonna move to Dubai once you make a bunch of money, get rid of taxes, surround yourself with winners. You're not gonna see your freaking, those people who push you to the freaking bad habits. So who cares? Okay? Look at this with a long-term vision. Your workers don't care to see you succeed. Your friends don't care to see you succeed. That's just how it goes. That's life. So focus on you. So what to actually do? First, you're gonna figure out, if you haven't already, your niche. What do you want people are gonna know you for? What are you gonna talk about? What topics are you gonna be talking about? So I hope you can see this, the board, niche. I'm gonna do it like this so you can see it. My niche was trading. You know why? Because I became profitable at trading. Most people are not profitable at trading. So that's a huge advantage for me. I had this one friend pay me $200 when he started to ask me, what do I do to buy all the jewelry, buy all the cool, fancy clothing, because they didn't know what I was doing, but I was like buying all this shit. They'd start to ask me. So I said, I'm doing trading. One of my friends paid me $200 to teach him personally. And that made me realize that that was my first info sale. Selling info is basically you selling information, but digitally. Okay? I mean, you can basically do it live, but that's not too good. in person. But when you sell digital products, digital info products is so powerful. And I realized that everybody that I looked up to online who are teaching about trading, who are teaching about e-commerce, who are teaching that, they have an info business, and that makes them, let's be honest, the most money. If you look at all of the people, they're doing it. But the problem with most of these people, they're not gonna teach about it. That's why I started this. And I didn't talk about trading online until I made good money, until I was successful. Until I was profitable for at least 1 year. And I didn't start this channel. I didn't start to talk about personal branding, freaking info business until I made over multiple six-figure, and until I built it into a multiple six-figure annual business, so per year, right? So figure out your niche. And I'm gonna be dead honest. There's plenty of guys out there who just say, do what you love, don't care about it. No, you have to care about it. You have to build a profitable info business, right? Something that can be monetized in a very efficient way. Obviously, you have to enjoy it. That's why you have to find a skill that you actually enjoy, a problem that you solved, but it has to be monetizable. So there's pretty much three categories. So 3 niches that people are gonna pay. So first of all, you have to become a problem solver. In what these 3 categories did you solve a problem that people are willing to pay you to get it solved? First, health. I know my handwriting is fucking crazy. Health. First of all, health. There's plenty of fat guys out there who are so fat that they cannot even get out from their bed. That's unfortunate, but that's a huge problem. They need to get that solved. So they're gonna reach out to people who solve that problem. It's gonna be you, and they just wish that you're gonna post. If you had a crazy transformation when you went from fat to fit, building muscles, it doesn't have to be fat to fit. It can be skinny fat to fit. It can be skinny fat to ripped, whatever. Health. Or doesn't even have to be about muscles. Doesn't have to be about appearance. How to last longer in bed. That's also health, right? That's also health. I mean, that's basically the third category that we're gonna talk about. But regardless, health. The second thing is wealth. That's where I came in play, and that's where I'm right now as well. I'm teaching you how to build an info business, profitable info business. But for me, it was teaching people how to trade because I became profitable. There's plenty of guys who want to become rich. They're broke. Most people in this world are struggling financially. That's a huge problem that needs to get solved. So they're gonna reach out to me or some other guy who's gonna teach them how to get rich. But the problem with the industry, there's so many fakes out there. They're not gonna show you this exact step, this exact blueprint. And the third category is, fuck it, relationships. I'm not gonna write it because it takes time, because my fucking brain is right now on overdrive. Relationships. There's plenty of guys. I'm gonna give you an example. Felix Fearless. He helped people how to get girls, how to get matches on Tinder, etc., etc. People are struggling with that. They don't get any girls. Okay? So you have to find a problem that you already solved in these 3 categories. If you haven't already, you should get working. Okay? Maybe get a crazy transformation. Doesn't even have to be crazy, but get a transformation on health, wealth, or relationships. Find that problem. And once you find your niche, you're gonna search up the top 5 most influential, most successful freaking coaches and mentors in the niche, and you're gonna look what they're doing that makes them successful. How do they get students? How do they get clients? How do they make money? How do they get views, etc. and etc. But you have to understand, views ain't the only metric that you'll be focusing on, okay? Because there's plenty of guys out there getting plenty of views, but their niche is something that cannot be monetized. You cannot just be posting entertainment, social experiment. To make that work, you have to get like millions and millions and millions of views and keep the people entertained. But if you actually want to build a business, you have to solve problems. That's what businesses do. So you're gonna search up top 5 people in the niche. You're gonna start, this is gonna hurt some guys. You're gonna start copying them. And again, who's gonna say this? I'm gonna say this because this fucking works, okay? See what their offer looks like, what kind of videos are they posting, how do they manage to solve these people's problems, etc. and etc. And you're gonna start posting on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, if you want to, LinkedIn, whatever. You're gonna post on all of those. But the most high leverage is, in my opinion, is YouTube long form content like this. That's easy. It's easy to convert these people into buying customers from there. But then, and when I say copy these people, I'm not saying to literally copy word by word. No, you're gonna like take a look at these guys and see how are they managing to get views and clients and this and that, results for their students. And you're gonna put your own twist into it, okay? For example, if it's a YouTube video, you're gonna copy the YouTube title. You're gonna copy the YouTube title, maybe the thumbnail, as you're gonna put your face into it. And you're gonna maybe copy the hook. But the thing is, you're gonna put your own twist to it, your own personal story, your own expertise into it. And here's the main important thing. When you post to you have to start posting to that specific audience, to that specific avatar, okay? If you have, you had a transformation, how to go from fat to fit, you're gonna post to that specific audience in a way that you're gonna post to fat people who want to get ripped and fit. So you're gonna start posting videos about that. That's how you get that audience who had that problem and they see you as an authority. See that? People saw me as an authority in trading because I became profitable. I started to teach about that. And now people see me as an authority in how to build and scale their online info business through social media because that's what I'm focused on, right? Because when I started trading, I saw that when I started to teach about trading, I saw how powerful this is. And I made so much money teaching people and selling mentorships and coaches. But that's where not step number 4, but that's where you actually monetize things. You build, I hope you can see this. You build your first high ticket, HT, first high ticket offer. That's how you get the clients. And because you post to a specific avatar, you have a specific niche, you're solving problems, you can easily sell a high ticket offer because again, people see you as an authority. You're gonna start selling high ticket offers to these people to solve their problems. And you're gonna give a lot of value for free in your YouTube channels, in your Instagram, etc., etc. And to actually close this, to actually get the sale, you have to first you're gonna create an account in Calendly where people are going to book a free call before you sell the mentorship. And you're not gonna mention the price. Usually the price of high ticket is around $5,000 to $25,000. All right, K. $5,000 to $25,000. People are gonna have limited beliefs about that as well. Like why would people pay? They see you as an authority. They see you as a problem solver who's gonna solve a specific problem, right? And obviously first you can do low ticket, sell them for lower price to get the testimonials, to actually get them results. And once you got those testimonials of these students, it's an asset that gets you more sales. But this is the free call that either you're gonna join and the potential client is gonna join, or your sales closure and your client is gonna join, and you're gonna close the deal. And once he actually becomes your student, that's when you focus so much. That's where your business comes in play, right? You want them results. You want to see them successful. But usually a high ticket offer is gonna be something like one-on-one coaching, group coaching. You can also have courses inside, but it's a program, usually a 90-day program, a 100-day program, 60-day program, and it's a high ticket. They pay you once. Or if they want to do, what is that word? They want to paint sets, they can do that, but it's a high ticket offer. So we're gonna bring a lot of value to that. They get your actual time. But to scale this, once you start getting a lot of fucking clients, this should be another topic, how to scale your info business. But then you can remove the one-on-one aspect, so they can actually get clients, and you can separate that one-on-one into, if people want to upgrade and get one-on-one calls, then it's going to be like $10,000 per one-on-one call. You get the point, to actually help them personally. But you get the point. First, you should do one-on-one calls, one-on-one coaching, right? Especially to get the first people's results, But to actually make this even better, to make this whole thing better, you should create a lead magnet, okay? A lead is a potential client who you haven't converted yet into buying customer, but you want to convert him. He's interested in you. He's interested into getting his problem solved. And a lead magnet is a free value that you give him, okay? Whether it's a free mini course, a free ebook, you're gonna give it for free in exchange for their email and potentially phone number if you want to. But the reason why this is so powerful is because first you give them something for free. I'm gonna put the lead magnet for free. This is the lead magnet. I said this is a magnet. Okay, this looks like a funny face, but it's a lead, it's a magnet. Lead magnet, you're gonna collect their emails. Now you own the audience. You don't just have the views, you own the audience. You don't have the subscribers, you own the audience. Okay, I said that 3 times, I think. But you're gonna start sending them emails automatically. Kit.com is good. They join the email list. There's a automatic sequence. You're gonna start sending them every single day an email about your past students' results, success, your own stories, how you did this. You're gonna give them more free value, more free value, more free value. The more great free value you give, the more chance they're gonna buy, because they see that they're gonna think like, wow, this guy's free content is amazing, so his paid content must be absolutely great. And that's what usually happens, and that's how it usually goes, right? And after every email sent, there's gonna be obviously the book a free call, right? It's a call funnel. And once they join the free call, you're gonna convert them, explain why they need this program, right? And understand first, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time, especially when you're working that 9 to 5. It's gonna be hard, but usually the first steps is the hardest, like actually doing the transformation, actually getting your first views, actually this and that. Getting your first sale is the hardest, but once you get the carousel flowing, moving, then it starts to get easy and you start to gain more experience. So like, you don't have to know everything right now, but once you start doing, and instead of just consuming content, you can just, if you don't know anything, you should consume this. But once you actually start doing this, you learn so much, so much. And you can speed this up by looking at what other people are doing. Get these guys help, right? But man, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also comment down below questions, I will answer them. But if you didn't know, this is a new channel. My main channel is Educash. As usual, I'll see you on the other side. Peace out.